Marion Ray moved his family to California in 1877 on a hunch. He'd been told that he looked remarkably similar to a man in Sacramento named Nelson Ray. Now, Francis hadn't seen either of his parents in 25 years, when they were both separated, all three of them, sold to different plantations, when he was only 5 years old. But his mother always told him, never forget your name. When Francis finally arrived in Sacramento, he was sure he had made a huge mistake, until he looked into his mother's eyes and she said, "What's your name?" He smiled. "It's Francis Marion Ray, Mama." Well, Sacramento's history is filled with stories of people who prospered through perseverance, inspiration, and innovation and sacrifice. And while others still managed to thrive despite being oppressed, disregarded, or discriminated against. When we understand who we were, we can appreciate who we are, and that's empathy. The Sacramento History Museum has been building empathy for the past 35 years, but we wanted to do more. We wanted to have a greater impact. So 12 years ago, we created the underground tours, taking people outside the museum walls and immersing them in the stories and place of early Sacramento. Within 2 years, we doubled our attendance. Then, March 2020, everything changed. Suddenly, our doors were closed indefinitely, and we had to rethink what we were doing. We had to reach our people where they lived, and that was on social media: Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. Today, we have over 375,000 subscribers on YouTube and 2.3 million TikTok followers. We are currently the most followed history museum in the world. Now our doors are open once again, and we want to take what we've learned from that at-home digital experience and blend it with the physical museum experience to illuminate stories that have never been heard, like the story of Francis Marion Ray. So with an investment of $80,000, we will create a 21st century immersive community gallery where children and adults together can engage in the past, share their stories of the present, and imagine their future. Ultimately, we want to change the entire way the Sacramento History Museum makes history relevant. Now, we have proven that we are innovative. We are passionate about what we do. And we are ready to reimagine the Sacramento History Museum with you as part of that story. Thank you.
Beautiful job, Delta. Scott, back to you, my friend.
All right, first and foremost, with a name like Delta Pickmellow, how do you not, I mean, come on. You already got like you're already one leg ahead, so well done there. Second, I felt like I was watching like a lost scene out of Hamilton right there for a little while. Like when you went, "What's his name, son?" Like I felt like Lin-Manuel Miranda was gonna like show up, and like I was totally enthralled, right? Am I right about that?
Yes.
Totally enthralled with your storytelling, the way that you got us in and just kind of navigated us through. I mean, that was captivating. I don't know if you have like a theater background or whatever it is, but it was to be able to make the museum. I mean, look, you're up against odds right away, because we just haven't historically been able to embrace the museum as something super cool and fun and edgy. But the fact that you are one of the leading, if not the leading, TikTok follow in all of the country, I mean, who would have thought we would have been sitting here talking about the museum and TikTok in the same breath? I mean, kudos to you. Great job. You killed it.
I have to agree, your presentation was spectacular. Your storytelling abilities, very professional, and you had us just in the palm of your hand the whole time. I love how you brought out this underground tour of Sacramento and how that really has generated more interest in Sacramento. Sacramento does have an incredibly rich history, and in our very busy lives, we neglect to think about where we have been, and as you said, and are now, and how that creates empathy. I thought that was very key to kind of draw that into having that quality manifested as you study history. I also thought in terms of a financial ask, when you talked about how you operated during COVID and turned it into an incredible opportunity on social media and garnered all these followers, that shows to me you are extremely resourceful and responsible. So to donate and invest in the History Museum, you know that your funds are going to be very well used and well managed. So great job, Delta.
Warm round of applause for Delta.
What about Patrick?
Oh, am I cut off?
Delta, don't go. Hold on.
Come the gun there. Sorry.
Hang on.
Let's go, Patrick. What do you got?
How am I going to influence? Well, I just wanted to say that I've done one of those underground tours, and they are fabulous, so I recommend everyone do that. I think, Kitty, you hit the nail on the head when you discussed your pivot during COVID. That was something unique that we haven't yet heard today from some of the other presenters. So kudos to you on that. Your opening story, though, really spoke to me because I started to think, gosh, here's this person from the 1800s, and it started getting me thinking about all the historical figures that we've lost recently. People like, Russ Solomon or even Randy Paragary, people that have also left an indelible mark on our community who at some point will be featured in the halls of this museum or in whatever this immersive experience ends up looking like. So really, kudos to you. I think, it behooves us to learn from our history, right? I think we're seeing that on a national level. So timing could not be more important. Really good job, Delta. Really, really strong.
All right, now give it up for Delta. Thank you.